My name is Robert Birch, and I grew up in Decatur, Georgia, which is right outside of Atlanta. I am executive director of Sema Hadithi African American Heritage and Culture Foundation. Sema Hadithi is specifically focused on the work of doing Black history research in Utah and the Utah Territory dating back to 1822. When we first started doing this, even as the Afro-American Historical Genealogical Society, the biggest challenge we found here in Utah is that there was a disconnect between the Black experience or the Black history in Utah and folk who are educated, who are doing well, but only use Utah as a stop for the next place. So we understand that we have to help people connect to Utah, or otherwise we're going to lose a very well-educated and productive person to another place. I think that is the biggest thing that we have to be mindful of as far as Sema Hadithi, is creating an atmosphere where people feel welcome and connected to this place. We tell people stories like, the first 4 Mormons to sell a Salt Lake Valley, those first 4 men, 3 of them was Black. And people look at you like, what are you talking about? The first 4 Mormons to come to Salt Lake Valley and sell a Salt Lake Valley, 3 of those men were Black. Those are the type of stories we have to continue to tell to help folk understand that, the narrative has changed from what it is supposed to be to this mythologized narrative, or even accurate narrative that is just one-sided. We need to add the other side, the other histories for Black people, Hispanic people, Asian people, all of those. We spend a lot of time here in America having disagreements, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But if we're going to disagree, let's disagree on the truth and not the folklore and falsehoods that have been created. MLK is really remembered for one great speech, the I Have a Dream speech. No one seems to recall the speech where he's talking about property ownership and how white America has given to white men, but have not given to Black men. All of those type of things that really show that Martin Luther King Jr. was a broad thinker, whether it happened to be civil rights at home, property ownership, education. He inspired me because he was not a small thinker or limited thinker. Even though you had people who wanted to place him or someone like Malcolm X into this box, neither of those men wanted to fit into that box because they saw the world a bit broader than just civil rights, or one inspiring speech. He helps me to understand that when I look at things, I have to look at more than just, what's the truth in history, but what's the truth in history means to each generation. My advice for young Black people is to get a good education, but also understand that 90% of your education is going to be informal education, meaning you have to pick up a book after you leave college. You have to watch documentaries. You have to go to lectures. You have to go to conferences. You have to continue to educate yourself, especially in the things that are important to you, and be able to separate what is work, because I need to do this and get paid well and take care of myself, but what does the community need that I can provide in a different way. If people want to engage with Sema Hadithi, is very easy. You can find us online at semahadithifoundation.org or at semahadithi.org. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So we're out there, but most of all, we would like for you to contact us and ask questions and offer help, because we understand that this is all of our stories. And there are families out there who have great stories that haven't been told. If you want us to help you tell your story, just contact us and we'll try to figure out how to get that family story told. Because like I said, once it becomes public history, it becomes America history.